Dane Scott from Dane Scott's Truckers Lounge. I'm on my way to look at yet another white 7400 Cabover, which is a very close relative and cousin to the one that I had. Came from the same lineage, came from Lyons Transportation Lines, kind of stayed in the area, the surrounding area, and has been used by a gentleman by the name of Denny. It's Denny's trucking company, and he's had it for many years. It's got a 903 Cummins in it. It doesn't have the turbo. It has the naturally aspirated, and he's been all through it, rebuilt it. He's really done a lot of work on it and used it for his business for years. And so we're going to go take a look at it. So stick around town. In the meantime, like and subscribe if you will, and check it out. I'm here with Denny of Denny's Trucking, and we've braved the cold today to take a look at his 1972 white Motors 7400 Cabover. This is a former Lyons Transportation truck that he's used in his business and wrenched on for many years. It's given him many years of good service, so we're going to take a look at it. So, tell me a little bit about your truck, Dan.
Well, I've had this truck for going on 30 years, and it was in rough shape when we got it. There had been through several owners since Lyons had it, and nobody really did much of anything to the truck other than just drive it and use it. Consequently, we ended up having to have the engine in it rebuilt. We put a new I put a new 10-speed overdrive transmission in it.
Gotcha.
And we had the rear end out, completely redid. You know, all the bearings in the rear end, gears and everything were good. So we just new bearing seals, everything. We redid all that, and it worked pretty well for about 24,000 miles. And then the engine started dumping antifreeze in the crankcase.
Uh-oh.
And consequently, we had sent it out to have the engine done because I was sick at the time and I couldn't do it.
Right.
So at that time, when it started dumping antifreeze in the crankcase, I went ahead and started pulling it down myself, checking. There was 5 liners leaking antifrease into the crankcase.
Holy smokes.
So I went ahead and disassembled the whole thing. I pulled it all down, and I found out that when they put the cylinder liners in,
just follow me.
They lubricated the slipper seals with engine oil. Consequently, with a Cummins, you can't use engine oil on those slipper seals because it turns them to mush.
Oh, okay.
So it destroyed those seals. That's why there was 5 of them leaking.
Is that the seals that you told me the other day are supposed to be Teflon, or
no?
Those are the injectors.
No, that's the crank
seals.
Oh,
crank seals. Gotcha.
Yeah. But anyway, so I had to pull all the liners. We completely pulled it down, and I redid it myself.
Okay.
And in the process of doing that, I discovered that they had 2 different cylinder heads on this truck. They had a turbocharged head, and they had a non-turboed head.
Oh my goodness. And it was running.
So we built the turbocharged head into a non-turbo head.
Right.
And put it all back together, and it's really been running good. We turned it up a little bit. This was originally a 320 horse. And it's probably running 350 to 360 horse now.
Wow. Okay.
And it runs very respectable.
And I don't know if we said it, this is a V903.
This is a V903.
That's the motor some guys love to hate and other guys just love. And I don't get the broad end of the spectrum, but
well, the story on that 903, early on when they first came out with that, they couldn't keep them together.
Okay.
They weren't getting 100,000 miles out of these engines, and they were coming apart.
Okay.
Red Star Express had a lot of these, and they were extremely upset with Cummins.
Right.
And they told Cummins, we will never buy another Cummins engine again.
Yeah. I don't blame 'em.
Cummins redesigned the engine
Okay.
and gave some of them to Red Star Express. And they said, we're going to warranty this engine for 500,000 miles.
Did they say what they changed or what they upgraded? Or
Well, they pretty much upgraded everything.
Okay.
They just beefed the whole thing up. Bearings, crank, connecting, they redesigned it a lot heavier than
Yeah.
the first version.
And this would have been roughly when?
Oh my gosh.
Like early 70s,
Yeah,
1970, or
back.
probably
Yeah.
predating this
Yeah.
72
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah,
Lyons
yeah.
Transportation
This is
ordered
way
a
back.
ton.
This is my-
Yeah,
Whenever they first came out
Okay.
with that 903.
I gotcha.
I can't remember what years they were, but anyway, so Red Star Express
Just follow me if you would there.
took some of those, and they went ahead and they would go out at 10 degrees and start one of these and hold it to the floor,
Right cold.
right cold,
Holy mackerel.
and they didn't blow up, they didn't come apart.
Well, that's what they say about it. You can wind them up.
So anyhow, Cummins was successful in their redesign, and they worked out good. And I have worked on these engines from back very early 70s.
Right.
I worked for a company that had trucks with these in them, some Brockways.
Oh, okay.
With the 903s. And we had one of them came in the shop for service. All we did was change the oil and filters and stuff on that.
Yeah.
And we set the injectors in it. We might have put a set of injectors in it once, I can't remember, but that had over 1 million miles on it when it was traded in.
Well, they made good on their word,
And
didn't
it
they?
still ran good.
You didn't hardly have to turn it over once. That sounds really good. I know. Yeah, they're extremely unique.
So, and this has been a good unit for us.
You custom make these stainless or?
Those are stainless. Now, this originally came with those,
Right.
but they were just regular metal.
Metal. Yep.
All right. I had stainless, so we just dressed it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
Putting
looks
that
good.
on, and you don't have to worry about them rotting out again.
Nope.
Okay. But this directs the air in for your louvers for the vents in the cab.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yep.
And it helps keep bugs and stuff from
Yeah.
going in there on you.
Interesting thing, and I don't know if I told you this before, but on mine, I needed the door handles.
Yes.
So I look on eBay for something that looks like it. I find Studebaker, right? And it looks identical. Well, come to find out, White bought Studebaker for a
Okay.
while. And so
right.
they must have had their inventory and they used their handles, same handles that Studebakers have.
Yep.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And also on mine, these rotted out. I had a guy make me solid aluminum ones,
Yes.
ladders for it, because that helps to lift the cab. How is this to lift the cab? Is it pretty hard, or is it?
Yes.
Mine was too. Even with new springs, it was hard.
Yes, but you got to open the doors.
Okay.
You open both doors wide open when you go to lift this cab.
And
That
it-
transfers that weight.
That
enough
would have helped.
forward
Yeah.
That's what I always had to do to get that cab to come up.
Okay.
But at my age, I usually get about 3 men and a boy to do it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. It isn't easy. Even I thought after I put the new springs in, and that's why my finger looks like this. That is from we were using a sledge
Yep.
to put in those flat stock
Yep.
spring steel, and I moved my finger over the end of the tube, and he hit that sledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't fun.
It has the tattletale
Oh, does it? Okay.
speedometer in there that was in there from when Lyons had
I
it.
know they loved those things. Yep. Now mine didn't come with one, but I got one off of eBay and put it in it.
Okay. Well, this has got it, and so does the other one I
Yes, and you have another one of these. It's a twin screw,
have. It's a twin screw.
and that's at another location. We're going to go take a look at that. I just love these. I mean, all the Cracker Box that I have, the white, the Ford,
Yep.
and the Dodge, all in that era, were kind of the same as
Yeah.
far as just a basic standard truck. No frills.
No frills.
It was a worker.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And these single axles, they use these mostly for pulling doubles.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one picture of that.
Yeah.
And there's the green. I don't know. Yeah, that's the green that Lyons had. Looks green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Green metallic, and they had a red frame, right?
Yes. Yes. They had a red frame on it. Yep.
That closes nice.
Here's a little bit of the green under here.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You can still
And
see a little
I have
bit
a
of that.
picture that I put on. I did an episode on Lyons, and I had 2 color photographs of when they ordered these new. They had, you know, like I think you said, about 70, 75 of them they ordered at one time. And man, so this was one of them, and mine was, but I never knew what number it was. Yeah.
That D6 cat dozer, I came up from Meadville with that, and my guy was following me. That was a permit load.
Okay.
So, and I was running out of daylight, and I had to be off the road before dark. And I was headed from Meadville out to Harbor Creek here. Anyway, I was running out of light, and I thought, man, I better kick this thing in the rear end, so I did. And my one guy that was following me with our service truck, he kept getting further and further behind.
Yeah.
I was passing tour buses coming up 79 with that dozer on there. And anyway, I made it to my destination before dark. I got backed in, and I had the trailer drop before my guy got there with our service truck. And he came up to me, and he said, I was doing 75 miles an hour, and you pulled away from me like I was parked.
Them buses are probably wondering, where's that guy in such a hurry to?
Anyways, this thing geared right up against the pump. The way it's geared, it does probably about 81
Yeah.
mile an hour. But it ran along with that dozer on there. It does
Yeah,
it's very respectable.
That's some weight.
Yeah.
this is a unique
Yeah.
trailer too. I saw your videos.
Yes.
And you guys can see he's got a few there. I believe it's Denny Pyles Trucking.
Well,
That's what it's listed
it's
as?
listed as Denny Pyles on the site on
Yeah,
YouTube.
and I found him, so
Yeah.
you guys can see this truck running and
Yeah.
doing some work with this trailer, which is very unique. I've never seen a trailer like this that folds
Yes.
down like that. That is excellent.
Yes. And
Who makes this trailer?
this was a Martin trailer,
Okay.
and Martin ended up getting bought out, I believe, by Heister.
I just wondered if it was Rogers just by chance. I don't know if Rogers being in the area.
I'm not sure Rogers ever made a folding gooseneck trailer like this.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
But I have a Heister in my shop here.
Uh-huh.
We can go look at it.
Okay.
And that is a hydraulic folding gooseneck.
Probably a little more convenient than the cable, or no?
Now, with that one, you can pull it with any truck.
Yeah,
You don't have to have a winch.
just
All
a
right.
PTO, obviously, or
No,
whatever.
you don't
no
have
PTO?
to have. It has its own power pack.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
its own power unit, so you can pull it with any truck. You don't have to have anything special. And I'll tell you, it's one nice trailer.
Well, we'll have to take a look at
We'll
that.
take a look at that.
All right. She scoots, don't she? She scoots, doesn't she?
Oh, it will. My grandson gets a real kick out of it when I burn the tires on this thing.
I can imagine. then, or do
Oh, yeah,
all the
this
work?
This is a 79.
Okay.
This is basically a 1979 brand new trailer.
Yes, it looks it. Wow.
Now, I knew the gentleman that bought this brand new. I remember the first machine this hauled to its, when this was new, when it was first purchased in
Right.
79. This trailer did not have more than 30,000 original miles on this. They just moved a machine of theirs locally.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'd move it to a job, it'd be there for a year.
From around here, or do you have to go?
Just,
Yeah,
just local. Anyway, when we got, when the gentleman retired, and he said, listen, he said, I've seen what you did with some of your other stuff. He says, I really like for you to buy this trailer.
yeah.
Because he says, I know you're going to bring it all back to new again. So,
And this is the one that's hydraulic, self-contained that you
yes,
were talking
there's
about.
your
Yeah,
hydraulic
I see
cylinders.
that. Yeah.
Okay. And there are controls on the other side of the trailer. All right. The power unit. Yeah, let me move this. I'm just in the process of changing batteries. I'm putting a new battery in this, but this is a hydraulic power pack unit.
Wow.
In here that operates the trailer.
That is cool. There's going to be some guys watching this and go, I saw one of those a long time ago.
These tires are the original tires that came on this trailer out of the factory in 1979. He did have these tires recapped one time,
Yeah.
but these are the casings
Yeah.
that were on this when it was brand new.
Isn't that amazing?
So that's all original. The wheel bearings on this trailer, I had to replace most of the wheel bearings because where the bearing was sitting in oil, it was like brand new. There wasn't even a wear pattern on any of it. But the part that was out of oil had rusted.
Yeah. Yep.
So consequently, all new wheel bearings, grease seals, new everything.
Sure.
You know, the whole brake system, everything's gone over, it's new on that.
So how much have you used it? Or
I
have
haven't.
you? Oh, I was going to say, it's awful clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nobody's allowed to put anything on it.
That's right. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But this is all the instructions, and here's the controls here.
Okay.
And then there is the starting switch for it, and everything is in the back there. You got your choke cable for the
Okay.
pony motor,
Right there.
and here's your throttle and your ignition switch for it.
Yes,
Right
sir.
there.
How about that? 12 horsepower on that.
Kohler.